And we're going to the planet in general. A new study by Yale University shows that 15 billion trees are being lost every year because of human action. This disturbing finding joins other research that shows the mass extinction of species in the world. Now, Professor Uri Shanos from Oranim College in Israel has come out with a new initiative to save the planet by organizing an investing group to purchase 1.4% of the Earth. I-24 News correspondent Uri Shapira has more.
They say the Earth is not for sale. Well, according to Professor Uri Shanos from Oranim College in Israel, some of it actually is. Professor Shanos is now forming a special organization called This Is My Earth, or Time, which aims to buy 1.4% of planet Earth.
Everyone, almost every school kids can become a member of this organization. Now, as he become a member, he can also will be able to vote where he wants the money to be invested.
Perhaps this new initiative sounds a bit too ambitious, but Professor Shanos is determined to see it through in order to protect the planet. He and his colleagues are preparing to purchase what they call biodiversity hotspots, pieces of land which host larger amounts of plants and animals.
Some reserves can be open reserves, some would be reserved for scientific research, but the idea is that all reserves will keep the diversity there, will have a long-term program to preserve the biodiversity in the region.
To Shanos, natural extinction is one of the biggest ecological threats we now face. According to the World Wildlife Fund, at least 10,000 species become extinct every year. A recent book by Elizabeth Kolberg defined this era as the sixth extinction and compared it with mass extinctions which occurred before the evolution of man. In recent years, countries and public organizations have increased their efforts to come out with different plans to protect the environment. Only last month, US President Barack Obama launched a campaign for even greater greenhouse gas reduction.
America has to lead the world in transitioning to a clean energy economy.
However, Professor Shanos still believes there is room for private initiatives such as his.
Countries and politicians, they care about their term, they care about, to re-elected. So it's a vicious cycle that it's hard to break.
David Bowie once had a song about the man who sold the world. Now there's a person who's trying to buy it, or at least a small part of it. However, as far as Professor Shanos is concerned, the only benefit he'll see from this transaction will be for the Earth. If not, the price we'll pay will be non-refundable.
Yes, and with me right now here is correspondent Uri Shapira. Good evening. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Lucy.
Uri, do we really need private initiatives to save the world after all the education programs and money that we're putting on climate changing and do we really need this?
It depends who you ask. It's a difficult question because, governments put a lot of money on this. But I think the issue here is that people want to be involved. People want to feel part of communities, with all the Kickstarters and all these initiatives. People want to put their money and to know they're putting the money for good source.
But if you're putting the money in it, because I'm thinking, because when it becomes a business, when you're putting money, eventually what will prevent me from selling it? What will prevent me from actually doing business with the parts that I bought from the Earth?
Well, Professor Shanos says that this initiative is a democratic initiative. Everyone has one vote. It doesn't matter if you put $1 million or if you put €1. Doesn't matter. All have one vote, and all can choose equally where they want to put the money, which hotspot they want to invest.
So we know that at the end of the day, the world leaders or governments really invested a lot of money in re-educating us to recycle, to take care of the Earth. And still you want to tell me that with everything and all the money that we're putting in there, we're still talking about species that are being extinct?
Yeah, we're talking about the sixth extinction, according to studies. I think the money is not invested in the right places. I think we're still damaging the earth. And, you know, people are not aware of all the consequences. For example, Professor Shanes gave us an example of one community in South America where otters were extinct. You know, it caused a chain of events that caused the death, the disappearance of fish. So all the community suffered from that. All the fishermen, you know, everybody depends on the fish.
And of course, we're talking about also some bees that were...
Yeah, a few years ago in the US, mass extinction of bees, you know, it affected the honey production, of course, and it affected many other things.
So definitely we are not helping our world to become a better or a greener
Well,
place.
he says he's optimistic, so let's be optimistic as well.
Okay, I'm staying optimistic with you. Ur Shapira, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.